And you would find that 270 chemicals that are used to produce your conventional cigarettes today are categorized under this group 2B. Guys, most of us, we have been exposed to cigarettes at some point of time. Whether we used to smoke cigarettes or whether we had people that smoked cigarettes around us. It was never a pleasant thing to be exposed to. Am I right, guys? When we smelled the smoke, we immediately removed ourselves from the environment because we knew it was harmful for us. So when I see this particular statistic, when I see this result, in my head, I'm imagining me being in my home with all of this EMF radiation in my surrounding. It's like me being in a room full of cigarette smoke. It's like me smoking the cigarette itself. Isn't that mind-blowing, guys? Isn't that absolutely crazy to think about? Because they say that when you're exposed to these electromagnetic fields, there's an increased risk for glioma. In the video, they say glioblastoma, which is the same thing. It's a form of brain cancer. And they said it's associated with wireless phone use. Now, how can we tell? How do we find out if in our surroundings, these so-called radiations exist? Now we rely on gadgets. We rely on gadgets that are available on market. This is one of the detectors that you can actually purchase through most e-commerce platforms. Sorry. It is called the RD9300. Another model is called the RD9100. Now, this device basically measures the power density of a frequency wave. The simplest way I can put it, imagine you're in your car or next to a radio and you want to tune into your favorite radio station. You need to find the frequency, right? Maybe 70 something, 80 something, point something, right? That's the frequency that you have to tune into to attach yourself to the radio station. Now, the power density, I can think of it in my head, is like the volume coming out of your radio. So the louder it is, of course, the more noise there is, right? It's just that all of these frequency noises is outside of our audible range for our human ears. The noise exists, but we cannot hear them. We literally cannot hear them, all right? So they are measuring the power density between the frequencies of 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz. And the second function of this detector is to identify when the emGuarde is truly working in your house, right? So this is how it looks like. It looks like some sort of device out of Ghostbusters, right? With the O-ring there. Now, there are actually two types of settings. The first dot setting is measuring 50 to 60 hertz. Second dot settings is 3 to 1000 megahertz, right? But there's a video that I'm going to show you that explains more about this device. But what does this device show? Because on the screen of the device, there's going to be certain numbers. Now, these numbers are the power density of the frequency. They are measured in microwatts per centimeter square. And based off the FCC's report, anything below 200 is clear. Anything above 200 is not clear. All right, so let's take a look at the video together, guys. Let's learn about this detector and how it truly works.
Here we have the RD9300 radiation detector. It has two settings. The 1-dot setting measures low frequency 50 to 60 Hz. For the emGuarde demo, you want to be using the 2-dot setting, which measures high frequency of 3 MHz to 1000 MHz. When you turn on the RD, make sure to switch it to a 2-dot setting before you do your emGuarde demo. Let's take a look at the next clip. Now in front of me, I have the regular devices that I use every single day. Now with the help of a special tool, we're able to find out exactly how much radiation is coming out of these devices. Now notice, anything above 200 is considered high levels of radiation. So let's turn it on. I'm going to put it next to the laptop, and as you can see, the reading is well above 200. These are for your laptops. Now I'm going to come over here to the tablets, which I use every single day. And here we have with me my phone. Let's take a look. Now just imagine the harm you could be doing to your body when you pick up the phone and you start talking on the phone while it's next to your ears. Now, knowing all this, you should definitely consider reducing the usage, especially among children. But let's be real, in the world that we live in today, it is almost impossible to live without these devices. Now, those of you like me who use wireless earpods regularly to speak on the phone or listen to music while you're having a jog, you have to see this. Now, when I flip it open, it shows a reading on the detector. But the moment I put them onto my ears, let's check it out. Take a look at that. The reading coming off while it's being connected to my ears and to my phone is significantly higher. All right. Now, I know that some of you have already decided to reduce the usage of these devices. But let me show you something. Now, in an environment like this, looking peaceful and balanced, however, there are actually still fundamental radiation that lurks around.
Introducing emGuarde, a patented technology by enagic. When turned on, emGuarde harmonizes targeted electromagnetic noise radiation within 1000 MHz, creating a defense zone of 8 meters. Simply place it at a suitable area and plug it into a dedicated 5V 2 to 6A output power source.
Now with the emGuarde turned on, let's get back to using my earpods. All right, it's on. And let's take a look. It shows 0. Thanks very much. So when it shows 0 on the radiation detector, you are in the harmonized zone of emGuarde. It is as if you are turning your living environment into a sanctuary.
You guys like that video? Very simple. The tool was very simple to use, and it really showed how the emGuarde really helps to reduce this so-called of noises, right? Radiation noises in our surroundings. Guys, tell me, let me ask you guys a question. When you guys turn, let's say, your radio or your speaker to too much of a volume, is it very noisy? Is it very loud? Are you able to bear with the kind of loudness in terms of noise? Right? No way, right? I mean, if you turn your volume too loud, it's like, your ears are getting hammered. Now, that is the reality though, because again, frequency is sound. But thank God, our human ears are unable to hear those sounds, so it doesn't really affect us. But just because we hear it doesn't mean it's not affecting us. Right? The reality is, just because we don't hear it, it is actually still affecting our human body, right? So introducing emGuarde. emGuarde is the patented technology that enagic has introduced to the world, all right? And this very stylish, cool-looking box is able to protect you and your family, harmonizing high target frequency electromagnetic noise radiation up to 1000 megahertz. And the reality, and the fun fact about this device, you don't need to have it next to you all the time. I do, because I mean, it's just convenient for me because I spend most of my time in my work office and my computer. But this device is actually able to cover up 8 meters of diameter in coverage. How does it look like? Something like this. It looks like something out of Star Wars, right? Like a force field. That is, we call it the bubble of coverage, or the coverage bubble, right? It looks something like this. It's a big round ball, up, down, left, right, all around you. 8 meters of defense in diameter. So you can put it somewhere central in your home and just make sure that it covers most parts, like your office, your sleeping area, and whatnot have you, right? Now, what is this is actually some proof, like this is a survey done in 2019 by EMF Safety Network. What this survey was trying to do, they were trying to ask people what were certain health problems or daily problems or chronic problems that they face every single day because they expose their bodies to too much EMF radiation, right? Out of 871 participants who participated in the survey, 71% of them said they had sleep problems. 64% of them said they feel very fatigued, very tired every single day. 61% of them said concentration, memory, or learning problems. 60% of them said stress and anxiety. 52% of them said headaches. And the list goes on and on. Guys, any of these problems seem familiar to you? Perhaps some of you are going through these problems right now. For me personally, it was the sleeping problems and the headaches. You see, I used to use my computer for hours. I told you, right? My usage on my phone was up to 11 to 12 hours a day. Basically, wherever I go, I'm on my phone constantly. And I used to get massive migraines and headaches. I used to have problems sleeping every single night because I had a very bad habit. And I think some of you may also have this bad habit. We tend to look at our phones, watch videos on our phones before we fall asleep. Some of you, maybe not so bad, but you're probably reading a book on your electronic devices. And I've met a lot of people, sleep problems, unable to fall asleep, unable to get into that mode to relax and fall asleep, to shut down. Right? So all these problems are very real, guys, and we need a solution to protect others. Now, question for any of you. Do any of you charge your phones in your bedroom next to your body when you sleep? Type 1 if you do. The screen seems very dark. Is my screen very dark, guys? Are you able to see it? Okay, so some people are 1. Some people say, I charge my phone in the room. Some people are like, no way. Right? But so that's the reality, guys. Some people do, some people don't. For me, when I charged my phone in the room last time, I always had sleep problems. But recently, as soon as I got the emGuarde, for me personally, and a lot of people in my house, every single one has been getting proper sleep, right? So let's take a look at this video. This is a doctor that speaks about why is EMF radiation worse, not for us, but for children, for little ones. All right, so let's take a look at that.
The children's brain, like the hypothalamus, it tends to absorb 1.5 to 2 times more electromagnetic fields than an adult. But if you look at the child's bone marrow, it absorbs an amazing 10 times more electromagnetic radiation than an adult. The brain is much more absorbent, the skull is thinner, and because the relative size is smaller, if I give you the same dosage, your smaller tissue is going to absorb more than the bigger tissue. The first thing you have to do is keep the appliance that's emitting the radiation further apart from you, like handphones, off all power points when they're not in use. Number 3, you could use electromagnetic field harmonizers, which will balance out the radiation side effects from the appliance.
Guys, children are at more risk than us. Purely because children are developing, right? I mean, when you're younger, your body is still developing, you're developing basic defenses against certain environmental threats. Us human beings, us adults, not human beings. Us adults, we have already developed all those defenses. But children, they exhibit a lot more, right? So even more of a reason for everyone to make sure that your little ones are protected all the time. Now, coming back to some why. Why is the emGuarde harmonizing up to 1000 megahertz? Why not above 1000 megahertz, right? That is because based off the FCC's report, the Federal Communications Commission in the United States, they said that the human body absorbs RF energy at some frequencies more effectively than others. And the strictest limits occur between the range of 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. The reason for that is because certain body organs in our body are functioning at certain frequencies between this range. Your brain is between 72 to 90. The human body is 62 to 78, and the list goes on and on. All right, but I think one common here is 72 because I believe our brain is the most sensitive to these electromagnetic radiation. So 72 is a very key frequency that the emGuarde is targeting, right? So, oops. So how does those frequencies reach us, right? As if you saw a few slides ago, you saw those waves coming out. Sure, some people may say, I'm not always next to my phone. Sure, I may not be charging the phone next to me, but maybe it's at the corner of the room. Maybe my air conditioner is not pointed directly at me. The fact is, because those sources are still in your environment, and because the waves are coming out, it can still travel through your body. This is what we call the resonance theory, where frequencies can affect another object far away, even though they're not attached physically. All right, so just take a look at the resonance theory. A very simple science experiment. I'm sure some of you may have gone through it, maybe in a college or high school, right? But that is how frequency works, guys. So yes, you may not be close to your electronic devices, but if they're still in your surrounding, it is still traveling towards you guys, right? So be very aware of that. Now, we talk about frequency. How do we know if those frequencies are in our surrounding? The first device I would like to introduce to you is called the RTL SDR detector. Now, this particular one, it looks something like this, where you have some sort of USB dongle thing. You have an antenna and a cabling, right? This particular setup, you need an Android phone. For those who have Android phones, preferably a Samsung phone, you can look at investing in this detector for your future demos, all right? Now, let's take a look at how this device works in the next video.
This is called the SDR software, and it's gonna actually detect the electromagnetic interference in this area. So what David is gonna do now, he's going to actually turn on the software. You can download this software on your Android phone. You just have to pay a couple dollars, you get the software. So I want you guys to see. Just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna, and the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy, absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay, so now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuarde, what can it do to us and what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now I'm going to put next to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on in 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the emGuarde.
Talk about this suppression.
All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the emGuarde turned on. If you guys are watching this, I want you guys to bring your emGuarde everywhere you go, especially in cities like this, and make sure you always keep yourself protected. See you guys soon.
There we go. Right, guys, I was talking about that noise, right? All these noises in our surrounding we cannot hear. This particular device actually helps you to actually convert all these noises into something that we can hear. Let's think about it. Without a radio, are you able to hear what is being transmitted from a radio station? Impossible. All right, we cannot hear those frequencies until we have a radio. So this is something like a radio where we convert those frequencies into sound for us that is audible for us to hear. But guys, that only proves what? Those so-called undetectable noises, the ones that are in our environment, they are present. They are ever so there around us, interrupting us and affecting us. Right? So there's a second device that I introduced you. It's called the 𝐏𝐫𝐨 SDR device. Now, this one, you don't need a phone. You don't need a particular phone for you to attach to. This is an all-in-one device. Let's take a look at the video on how to use and operate this SDR device.
Hi everyone, today I'm very excited to share with you another great marketing tool that you can use for your emGuarde demo. It's called the 𝐏𝐫𝐨𝐝.
Wait, before I continue, is my presentation completely off, guys? Are you not able to see my presentation at all? If you cannot, put thumbs down. Okay, so some people can see, some people cannot see, is it? Okay, let me reshare it. Hold on. Oh, wrong one. Oops. Okay, can you see it now? I think people are saying yes. Okay, Tika, you can see it. Perfect. All right. Okay, so let's continue. Let's rewatch this video together.
Hi everyone, today I'm very excited to share with you another great marketing tool that you can use for your emGuarde demo. It's called the 𝐏𝐫𝐨𝐝 SDR detector. And what I love about this detector is it has a big screen and it's very easy to set up and use. It's not affected by static interference. And it also has a loudspeaker for you to use during your emGuarde demo. You'll know what I'm talking about later on. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce David right there. David, say hi to the camera. Hello. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a before and after emGuarde test using the 𝐏𝐫𝐴. All right, and I want you to see the difference on the screen. So I'm going to turn on the detector. And once it's turned on, the first thing you can see is this waterfall spectrum that comes down. And what you will notice is I've actually tuned the 𝐏𝐫𝐴 to 72 megahertz because that is the operating frequency of our brain. And you would notice the noise radiation level here via the dB scale. All right. And these are all the data of the noise radiation. So I'm also going to turn on the speaker for you guys to hear. All right, and in the count of 3, David is going to turn on the emGuarde, and I want you guys to see the difference. In 3, 2, 1, go. Take a look at that. All right, so what you would notice is instantly the dB scale noise level has reduced, and the green color wave spectrum has already been cleared to a very dark blue color, which means this area is cleared off of the noise interference. All right, so let's do another test. Let's pull out the emGuarde again, turn it off, and you would see everything comes back instantly. And now with the emGuarde turned on again, you would see instantly the results. So this is simply amazing, right? Now the 𝐏𝐫𝐴 is able to really showcase what the brain and our organs are going through every single day, and it's able to convert something that is invisible into something that we can see and experience. All right, so this is the short demo for the 𝐏𝐫𝐴 SDR detector. All right, so emGuarde aims to create an environment for all of its users into a peaceful and serene environment. All right, so if you want to know where to get the 𝐏𝐫𝐴 SDR detector, it's available on most of the e-com websites. I will put the model name at the end of this video for you guys to go and purchase your detector. Happy emGuarding!
So guys, if you guys want to find this device, like Simon said, it's on most e-commerce platforms like Amazon, Shopee, Lazada, or even Temu, like some of the China websites. You can actually find it by just typing in 𝐏𝐫𝐴, 𝐵AJEI, SDR detector, and you can find them, and they can just ship it to you to your home. All right, so all of these devices, guys, are all third party. They're all available in the market, and we use these devices to prove a point, to prove that the emGuarde is truly working. All right, now this here is a very important key benefit of the emGuarde. And for those who are in the chat, I will ask you guys to pay attention, because I believe this is the main reason why everybody needs an emGuarde. What is the emGuarde doing inside of our body, right? So this doctor right here, Dr. Magda Havas, she's a Canadian researcher and professor, and she's spending a lot of time researching about how EMF radiation affects the red blood cells in the human body. Now, in her study, she says in a clean EMR environment. Clean EMR environment is basically an environment with no electronic gadgets whatsoever in your surrounding. Meaning, going for a hike in the jungle, going to the beach, going into the middle of a grass field, but no electronic gadgets are allowed to be near you. That is what we call a clean EMR environment. Let me ask everybody in the chat a question. Is your home right now a clean EMR environment home? Say yes, for no, for no. Right? Tika says no. Absolutely, right? In our environment at the moment of time, it is not a clean EMR environment. We are now living in an environment full of EMR radiation, unless you have a harmonizer, right? So if you look at the blood, guys, the red blood cells, it looks very free, very open, and is when you see the live recording of the blood, it's very free flowing. Now, in her research, she says when you expose your red blood cells to 70 minutes of computer usage or 10 minutes of cell phone usage, what happens is the red blood cells start to stack on each other. She calls this the Rulux formation, right? And she says people who have certain sicknesses like cancer, diabetes, and whatnot have you, their red blood cells actually look very similar to this. They have Rulux formation in their body. For me, it looks like a traffic jam, guys. A massive traffic jam in your body. And when I think of traffic jams, it means what? Transportation is very slow. Transportation of what? Oxygen in your body. The oxygen transport in your body is very low. There's reduced waste removal, headache and fatigues come in, and difficulty concentrating, and so on, numbness, tingling, cold extremities. Now, in the next video, we did the same test as Dr. Magda Havas to prove whether it was real. We went to a certified clinic in KL, in Kuala Lumpur, in Malaysia, and we actually recorded the whole experience. Let's take a look at it together.
So what we can do is, you get on your phone for maybe close to about half an hour, holding it, and then we'll check again and see how does the capillary blood look like.
It looked like my first blood test result was clean, with no signs of blood clotting or blood clumps. But would just 30 minutes of cell phone usage really do any harm at all to my body? I hope not. Let's find out.
Okay, let's have a look. So you can see all the cells now being stacked. See, all of them are, you cannot see those loose cells. You can see most of the cells now all stacked.
Clumped up together, right?
Exactly. Just look at that. The big message is always to try to reduce our exposure. It's almost impossible not to use, but try to be a bit more cautious in the usage.
So the thing is, I know you say it's better to reduce. It's impossible for somebody like me, and I'm sure there's lots of people out there that also need to be holding their phones. So is there anything I can do?
This is the device that can actually help harmonize your electromagnetic frequency wave. And you want to see how it works?
Sure.
Come.
With the environment harmonizer turned on beside me, Dr. Roland and I proceeded to do a third blood test to see just how well this technology supposedly suppresses EMR. Okay, so this looks completely different to the last test, doesn't it?
Yep. Clearly looks different, lesser Rulux formation.
There you go, guys. Very simple question. You want your blood to look the one on the left or on the right? Definitely the right, right? Nobody wants a traffic jam in their body. And for those who are familiar with Dr. Henry Warburg's research, what did the doctor say? It was back in 1911 or something like that. The doctor, a German doctor, discovered that the human body promotes cancer cells when two things are present: acidosis and hypoxia. Acidosis is the body being too acidic. Hypoxia means the body does not have enough oxygen. And I can only imagine what Rouleaux formation can do to the transportation of oxygen in the body. All right. So this is one test.
So
we also did another test. This is a late 60 male in Malaysia. We also did the same similar test in a clinic, and the same results happen, guys. Now try this for yourself. Go ahead, try this for yourself, but go to a professional clinic and get it done, because you don't want to be doing something wrong, especially when it comes to all these blood samples and everything. All right, get it professionally done, and you will see the results. So what you do is just turn off the emGuarde, use your phone for 20 minutes, take your blood test, and then after that, you turn on the emGuarde, use your phone for 20 minutes again, and take your blood sample then. And you will see that the results are absolutely amazing. All right. Now, this is one of the last evidence that I have for you guys on why the emGuarde is truly amazing. Is because in Malaysia, we sent the emGuarde to a science facility, a government science facility called University Science of Malaysia. It's a very reputable science facility, government-owned, completely third party, right? So we sent this device and they gave us a few results. Number one, emGuarde successfully performed as required at distances of 1 to 6 meters in radius. So it's not 8 meters in diameter, which is 4-meter radius. It's actually more than that. The emGuarde has a very big coverage range. If you're curious, yes, the emGuarde goes through walls and goes through doors, but it does not go through mirrors and glass, because mirrors and glass can actually deflect the harmonizer efficiency. All right. Now, number two, emGuarde effectively, and this is very important, guys, emGuarde effectively suppresses unwanted electromagnetic noise waves. Even the report uses this word, suppresses unwanted electromagnetic noise waves. And the frequencies that we tested were 35 to 37, 71 to 73, and 107 to 109. For me, what is most important is the 72 megahertz frequency, because it is the operating frequency of our human brain. And 71 to 73, it is clear. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. And this is the third report. It is called the percentage of suppression. Because, guys, we're talking about the suppression of this frequency, these noises, right? Just take a look in percentages. In a residential space, 99%, 93% is the lowest, right? In a working office is a bit more tedious, because there's a lot of metal stuff, there's a lot of glass stuff, am I right, guys? So in a working office, the efficiency of the emGuarde goes down quite significantly. But in your homes, very, very, very good. 98, 93% above. Laboratory, I mean, we're all not scientists, so we don't spend any time in a laboratory. All right, guys? But in your home and in your office, it works. It really, really works in suppressing all of these frequency. So in conclusion, from this science facility, the emGuarde is suppressing and alleviating all unwanted electromagnetic noise waves between 71 megahertz to 73 megahertz in a test environment up to 6-meter coverage. And in the future, guys, we will get a lot more of these reports, because as time goes by, we will test more and get more solid evidence for you guys, as well as for ourselves, to give us bulletproof confidence that the emGuarde is truly working. So key features of emGuarde, guys. Very easy integration. Am I asking you to change your lifestyles? No. You can go on with your normal day. You can go on with your normal usage of your electronic devices. All I'm asking you is, if you want to be protected while using your electronic devices, just get an emGuarde. Knowing very well that if you use your phone, there is literally no or minimized risk for you and your family. All right. The coverage range of this device, 8 meters, as we know, is more than 8 meters, up to 6 meters in radius. 6 meters in radius is one way, guys. Right? One way. So if it's two-way, it's 12 meters of diameter coverage. It's quite a fair bit, a lot. Right? Versatile use, basically any Type-C cable, you can just connect it straight into the device and it will work. One device is capable of protecting your whole family. Low running costs is a very important question. How much does it cost to operate your emGuarde a month in your home? Now, I have done the math, right? I've calculated the power output compared to the Malaysian electricity price per output. It only costs me in my house 5 to 10 cents US dollar a month to run. Of course, in other parts of the world, electricity prices are different, right? But in Malaysia, guys, very insignificant number. Very insignificant number. And lastly, guys, no maintenance whatsoever. Just plug it in, keep it somewhere safe. Don't put it in a place where it's potentially to drop or fall. And pretty much the device will operate 24/7. Okay. Now, these are some ways you can maximize the efficiency of the emGuarde. Please do not put your emGuarde in an environment like this, where there is a lot of other electronic devices around you or power plugs. Put it somewhere that is open, somewhere that is no electronic devices around you. Also, do not put the emGuarde on the floor. Do not put the emGuarde on a metal table or a glass table, preferably on a wooden table or wooden shelf. Okay. And where is the emGuarde effective? Everywhere, guys, even in your vehicle. If some of you travel a few hours every single day to work or whatnot have you, and you want to be protected in your car, especially now when we are moving towards EV cars, right, guys? Guys, EV cars are crazy. They have crazy amounts of EMF radiation. So please, especially for those who travel long distances, and if you have EV cars, you want to have your emGuarde in your car for your own protection. And there we go. This is the emGuarde. Change your environment, change your life. This is what the emGuarde is truly capable of doing for all of our family. The investment for an emGuarde to protect your family, yourself, from the harms of EMF radiation comes an investment price of $1,480 US. That's it. In my personal opinion, it is very, very cheap. You're telling me that I can protect my family and I from all of these problems, all of these threats, remove Rouleaux formation, have better blood circulation in my body, potentially have better sleep every single night for only 1,480 one-time price? Guys, it is a no-brainer, all right? You want to protect yourself and your loved ones, do it with emGuarde. Now, some of you have already made the decision to invest in emGuardes. Good on you, right? I think it's a very wonderful investment. For those who are still deciding, please do your due diligence, research, find out more information to give yourself confidence in making your decision, right? Look at reports, go and research about all this EMF radiation, go and research about all these problems that people are facing because they're exposing themselves to too much EMF radiation. From there, make the decision for yourself if you want to invest in emGuarde. And if you do, please speak to the person that invited you for this call. If nobody invited you for this call and you don't know who to contact to get your emGuarde, all you gotta do is just pick up your phone, call the office, Enagic office that's closest to you, and they will probably guide you to the nearest person to teach you or show you more about the emGuarde. All right? So we have covered the product. Now, in the chat for me, I don't know the model of the microscope. Sorry, I'm not familiar with that. So sorry about that. All right. But I think most microscopes can work. I think if you want to look at the blood, I assume there's a 100 times microscope thingy, something like that, right? But a good quality microscope is more than sufficient. Okay. Now, in the chat very quickly for me, who here believes that the emGuarde can offer massive amounts of value to your lives? Type 2 in the chat for me. Thank you for your response. Now, again, another question. If it can add massive value for yourself, for you, can it add massive value for people around you as well, your loved ones? Type 3 in the chat if you agree. Amazing, right? The people around us, they deserve to be aware of this problem, am I right? They deserve to be aware of the solution, am I right? What if you can be that solution provider for your family or your loved ones? Would that give you happiness, joy, knowing that your loved ones are also protected? 100%. Am I right, guys? So, 𝐸𝐿𝐼 is actually offering anybody the opportunity to introduce this device to anybody. The first thing is that 𝐸𝐿𝐼 wants you to recuperate the cost of your investment in an emGuarde, making your investment in emGuarde free. And the second thing, 𝐸𝐿𝐼 also wants you to be able to financially be abundant from marketing this amazing technology with them. So this brings me to my second session of the presentation, which is the business partnership program. The opportunity available for everybody anywhere in the world. Am I right, guys? So this amazing technology can add massive value. Why don't we introduce this value to the people around us? So this is the emGuarde Commission part, or the emGuarde Commission opportunity. Now, before I talk about the business, let me introduce to you the company. Who is 𝐸𝐿𝐼? 𝐸𝐿𝐼 are the manufacturers and developers of the amazing Kangen water machine. Now, you may have heard of this device. It is a wonderful water ionizer, a medical grade water ionizer that has been selling across the world for the past 30 years. This device came out 30 years ago. But the 𝐸𝐿𝐼 company is a 50-year-old company. When they first started 50 years ago, they were actually manufacturing these amazing water ionizers for hospitals. Hence why, when you have invested in a Kangen water machine, you're actually investing in a medical grade device for your house to give you what? Amazing and the best quality water. 𝐸𝐿𝐼 is not a small company, guys. They have 43 offices in 26 countries. A multinational company. And the best thing, they are Japanese. Now, let me ask you a question. Japanese people, they love to do things long term, am I right? Just think of the oldest brands in the world, the oldest companies in the world. Think about Yamaha, think about Toyota, Honda, think about Toshiba. All of these companies are still existent today. They're still operating and running today globally. And that is what Japanese business is like. They like to do things extremely long term. And so is 𝐸𝐿𝐼. Hence why we have been open for the past 50 years. And I can foresee 𝐸𝐿𝐼 operating for the next 50 years as well. And I will commit my years to come to build this amazing business with this company, right? A very, very solid company. So what is the business, guys? It is a direct selling system. And how do you join this opportunity? Very simple. All you got to do is invest in one emGuarde. And you can choose to become a distributor for life. No additional cost, no additional fee, no money qualifications, no annual renewal fee, nothing. The only investment is investing in one product, and you become a distributor for life. Isn't that absolutely amazing? So you're telling me I can start a business globally for $1,480? Now, in your home countries, if you wanted to start a business, let's say a small pop-up store, you'll be spending more than 1,500 US dollars. Confirm. If you wanted to start a home e-commerce business, you will also be spending more than 1,500 because why? You need to buy stocks, am I right? In enagic, you don't need to buy stocks. You just have to be an order taker, meaning you connect the customer to the company. That's all you do. So when you connect a customer to the company, they buy from the company will acknowledge that those sales come from you, and the company will reward you direct sales commission. Super simple. Very super simple. And the interesting thing is that, yes, they have bought an emGuarde, guys. So they too can choose to become a distributor as well. And when they introduce their own friends and family, guess what? You make indirect sales commission. So the company is actually paying you two types of commissions here, your direct sales and your indirect sales. And the company keeps track of all the sales that you have done, and they accumulate it as something called the group sales. And why is group sales important? Because the more group sales you have, the more commissions that you could potentially make on your next direct sale. Interested to know more? Pay attention, right? Now, what is the commission like? This is the biggest or the first biggest commission that you will encounter in this business. It's called the 8A or 8 points commission. One moment. It is Malaysian ringgit. Oops. One second. I do apologize. Okay. There we go. Can you guys see it? Thank you. Yeah. So I'm using US dollar because it is just a more recognized currency. Sorry for the Malaysian, because I'm from Malaysia, guys, and I get my slides mixed up all the time. All right. So come back to this, guys. It is called the 8A or 8 points commission. All right. How it works is that we know that the emGuarde is priced globally at 1,480 US dollars. Out of this 1,480 US dollars, the company has already allocated a preset budget of 520 US dollar per sale of an emGuarde for us, the distributors. This 520 US dollars is further split into 8 equal parts or 8 A's in our company. So if 520 is divided by 8, one part is 65 US dollars. Now, oops. Now, how much you get paid on your direct sales will truly depend on your rank at that current moment of time. Of course, if you haven't started the business yet, you have no rank, am I right? But the moment you make one direct sale and your second direct sale, you are now a 1A distributor. And from your first and second direct sale, you will make 65 US dollars, 65 US dollars. Very simple. For you to up rank to become a 2A distributor, you need to make your third direct sale. The moment you make your third direct sale, now your commission doubles from 65 to 130 US dollars. For you to become a 3A distributor, you need to achieve 10 cumulative emGuarde group sales. Now, group sales means what? You don't have to sell all 10 yourselves. Let's say you sell 5, and those 5 sell 1 each. That is 10. After this 10, your next direct sale, the 11th sale, has to be a next direct sale. You become a 3A and you earn $195 every time you sell an emGuarde. 4A, 20 cumulative emGuarde group sales. Your next direct sale, you become a 4A distributor and you make $260. 5A, 50 group sales. Every emGuarde, $325. And we have 6A, 200 cumulative emGuarde group sales, and your next direct sale, you make $390. Now, two things I would like to emphasize here. Number one is cumulative. Cumulative means that the sales will never disappear. It is always adding. In this business, right, and this is one thing that I absolutely love. If you, let's say, spend the next 3 months becoming a 4A distributor, and you made some money, okay? Let's say you're taking the money and you decide to go for a holiday. And so happened this holiday became a year. Let's just say 1 year, right? You forgot about the business, you come back 1 year, and you're like, hey, I have the business to do. Let me start again. In most companies, you are gone. You're reset. Everything has to be start from scratch again. In the 𝐸𝐺𝐺 company, no. The moment you come back after a year, you are still a 4A distributor. The moment you make another sale, you will still get $260. And the second thing about this plan is that if you take a look, guys, the commissions that you earn upfront, they are very, very big, fast. Not only are you able to cover the investment of your own investment in the emGuarde, but you can actually start to see the money coming in quickly. And that is something that I truly love about this plan. There's no such thing as, oh, you need to meet this, meet. No, no, no. Every sale you make commissions. Right? How many times have we joined certain companies where you have to hit certain target last, hit this match lah, and you don't even get any commissions because you fail to match? Right? In this company is purely direct sales. Your effort, your energy that you put to make the commissions will be rewarded to you based off your performance. And that's something I truly, truly admire about this plan. Okay, so these are the commissions you earn on your direct sales. These are the ranks from 1A to 6A. Okay, but these are only direct sales because if you remember, the company also pays indirect sales. So let me show you what is indirect sales commission for you. Okay, so let's say this is you. Everything in green is your commission, and you make your first sale to Tom, right? You become a 1A distributor and you make $65. Your second direct sale to Alex, you are still a 1A distributor and you make $65. The moment you make your third direct sale, you become a 2A distributor. Congratulations. And you make $130. So now, let's say Tom introduces Grace. You don't know who Grace is, but Grace is a good friend of Tom, and Grace decides to buy an emGuarde. Because of this sale, you make $65. So as any sale underneath of Tom and Alex. This is what we call a 1A overriding lane. This also applies to your 2A overriding lanes. For example, Rose and Kim. Because when Kim sells a unit of emGuarde, you will make $130 each. Do you guys see the potential of how you can scale your business now? Do you think there are many people in your among your community, your friends, your family that might also want to get involved in this business? Absolutely, right? And you can actually use this to build this business together with them. And over time, your group sales number will grow. And let's say after you achieve 10 group sales, you can introduce another person into the business. and he or she becomes your 3A overriding lane. Every single unit that May sells, you will get $195 US. And this, again, every single unit underneath of Kim, 130. But where does it stop? Where does the commission stop? Because guys, 𝐸𝐿𝐼𝐺 is a legitimate company. And the company is a very strong company. So for this company to be very strong and legitimate and also very stable, they cannot afford to overpay their distributors. I know a lot of companies out in the market where they say, oh, infinite amounts of commission through infinite amounts of levels. It sounds too good to be true. You need to ask the question, where is the money coming from? How am I getting paid? In 𝐸𝐿𝐼𝐺, we know where the money is coming from because 𝐸𝐿𝐼𝐺 has allocated 8 points. Only 8 points. This is how the 8 points are paid. Let's say John sells his first unit to Don. How much does John make? John will make $65 US or 1 point. The next person that gets paid is Bob. John falls under Bob's third direct sale. Bob will make $130 US or 2 points. Ani will also make the same as Bob, 2 points. Kim also 2 points. If the company only has 8 points and we have already paid out 7 points, that is left 1 point for you. So for this sale, you make $65 US. Also for John's second direct sale, because it is still his 1A sale, it is 65. But now, when John makes his third direct sale to Dan, he now becomes a 2A distributor. He will make 2 points. Bob 2 points. Ani 2 points. Kim 2 points. So if the company only has 8, 8 minus 8, 0. From this sale, you do not receive any 8 points commission. It is called a non-8A sale, and a non-8A sale do not count as a group sale. And the group sale count is important because it is for your rank advancement purposes. Because when your group sales continue to grow, you can introduce more people underneath a higher rank overriding lane. Let's say 4A. When Tony buys an emGuarde from you, you make $260 US. And if you are able to help Tony build his business, he will make his own commissions. But for you, you will make $260 US per sale that Tony is able to make. Let's say if Tony sells 10 emGuardes for you in your team in a month, how much do you make? 260 times 10. Very simple, very clear-cut, very transparent. And again, your group sale will continue to grow. 5A, you introduce Simon, and then 6A, you introduce Sam. Guys, the scalability of this business is unlimited. Because every single day, you meet new people. You're introduced to more people every single day. You meet new strangers. Sometimes you also meet old friends who perhaps want to start a business. This is a perfect opportunity for you to introduce not only a product that offers massive amounts of value, but you can also offer a business opportunity that can be very, very, very scalable and very, very profitable. So I hope you guys can see this potential. I'm absolutely in love with 𝐸𝐿𝐼𝐺. I love how the culture of the company is, the way that all of their products add so much value, and they are very distributor focused, meaning they want to protect their distributors at all times to ensure that the distributors are taken care of. But us as distributors, we need to put in the work because nothing comes for free. Nothing is easy. I mean, the 𝐸𝐺𝐸 business is not easy, guys. A lot of people will find it very difficult. But if you know the right secrets, the right ways to do the business, it can become very, very big. Right? So this is all I have for you. This is the 8 points commission. This is how you earn commissions on your direct sales as well as your indirect sales. Right? So this is the emGuarde. Change your environment, change your life. And if you're interested to find out more information, perhaps you want some of these slides for you to study or even use to right now to start your business ASAP, you can actually scan this QR code right here and it will link you straight into our emGuarde Telegram group where you can download this slide itself. Okay, so you can go there and download the slide and you can use it for yourself or even study it. All of the videos, all of the links are all available in that presentation slide. And if you're interested to find out when the next events are happening or when the next Zoom meetings are happening, they're all posted in the Telegram. Right. So that's all I have for you. We went through the product. We went through the problem that it solves. We saw evidence. We saw reports showing that the emGuarde works. And we acknowledge that the emGuarde adds massive amounts of value. It can protect your whole entire family from the harms of EMF radiation. So the question is whether you or not want to be part of this opportunity. Whether you want to be the solution for your people, for your friends, your family, for your community. Because guys, I can guarantee this. Just speak to your 10 neighbors in your neighborhood. Just chat with them. I mean, you see them often when you go for your walks and whatnot have you. Just try this. Go and talk to them. Ask them, hey, are you aware that electronic gadgets, they emit radiation? All 10 will say yes. Have you heard of emGuarde? No. All 10 of them will say no. There you go. You already found yourself 10 prospects to talk to about the emGuarde. Super simple. I've done it. I've done it to my neighbors. I don't get all of them. I've gotten 3 out of 10. Good? Amazing. Right? So my conversion rate in my neighborhood is 30%. So try it out for yourself. Go and research, find out the knowledge that you need for you to make the decision. This opportunity is available at any given point of time, but I can say this, it is not going to wait for you. This train, this airplane is taking off right now. And if you're late for it, you're going to miss it. Because an opportunity like this where it is at, I call it a basement floor opportunity, where nobody knows about this technology, but everybody is aware of this problem. We're all pioneers here. If you miss this opportunity, you may never find opportunities again. So if you want to do your due diligence, do it fast, research about it fast, talk to somebody fast, get what you need to do to make your decision quick. Right? So that's all I have for you today, guys. I'm going to open up the next 5 minutes to any questions that you may have, because I have another appointment to attend to. So the next 5 minutes is all I can give. Any questions, you can type in the chat, or you can unmute yourself if you want to. Yeah, I'm going to allow you guys to unmute yourself to say something or to ask any questions.